Hi, my name is Andreca. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning to kick it with me again, welcome, 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 and thank you so much for coming back and kicking it with me again. In today's video, we will be discussing hair porosity. What is hair porosity, and what type of hair porosity do you have? In this video, I'll be giving you 3 easy tests to determine your hair porosity. This channel is all about all natural hair care, skincare, beauty tips, tricks, and hacks to make you look and feel beautiful. I also do a little bit of music from time to time. Yes, I sing from time to time. So if any of that interests you, please just keep on watching. But before we do anything else, please don't hesitate to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you are notified whenever my new videos go up. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Alrighty y'all, so what is hair porosity? The porosity of your hair refers to how long your hair can hold moisture. It's affected by the flexibility of the outer layer of your hair, which is the cuticle. So determining how well or how flexible your cuticle is will determine how long oils and moisture passes in and out of the hair. I'm going to be looking down a little bit because I do have some notes so I can make sure that I get all the information out to you. But for the most part, hair porosity is genetic, but it can be altered depending on what it's done to your hair. So if your hair goes through a lot of heat, from heat damage, exposure can also alter your hair porosity, and also chemical processing, that's hair coloring, relaxers, things like that can alter your hair porosity. Porosity is good to know your hair's porosity so you can determine what products are best to use on your hair. That's why it's really important to know your hair porosity. I would say it's even more important than knowing the texture and stuff like that. People shine a light on like, okay, what type of texture you have. That's good to know as well, but it's more important to know the porosity because you can know what products best suit your hair and go from there. Alrighty y'all, so next we're going to get into the 3 easy tests you can do to determine your hair porosity. The first easy and simple test you can do is called the Strand Test, or the slide up and down test. So what you're going to do is you're going to take one strand of your hair, and you're going to slide up and down like so, like how I'm doing right here. I'm going to slide up and down. If your hair feels smooth, like going up and down, you may have low porosity hair. If you're sliding up and down your hair and it feels a little bit rigid, it feels a little bit bumpy, chances are you have more open cuticles, which means you have a higher porosity hair. There's also medium porosity, and that's kind of in between high and low. Just an FYI, but I'll talk more about the different types of hair porosity in a later video. But for this video, we're just talking about exactly what hair porosity is and tests that you can do to determine your hair porosity. So the first test, like I said, is the Strand Test. The second easy test that you can do to determine your hair porosity is the spray test. So what you're going to do is you can spray your hair, like spritz your hair with water. Each side, spritz it, try to saturate your hair with water. If there are little beads that are coming up on your hair and it just seems like it's sitting on your hair, that you actually have to smooth it down for it to get in your hair, for the water to get into your hair, chances are you may have low porosity hair. If you spritz your hair with the water, you spritz your hair with the water, and the water absorbs instantly, chances are you have high porosity hair, because that means your cuticles are more open. When you have a low porosity hair, your cuticles are usually more tight, it's a little bit more closed, and it's harder for moisture to get into your hair. Alright, that was test number 2. Test number 3 is called the cup test. Now this test has a little bit of mixed reviews. Some people think it's legitimate, some people think it has flaws in it. So here's what I'll suggest, because I did do the cup test a couple of different times. But as far as trying out the cup test, what you're gonna do is you're gonna wash your hair, you're gonna use a clarifying shampoo, make sure your hair is fully clean, meaning like, you know, like it's freshly washed, clean, there's no oils, no nothing on your hair, you're getting it as clean as possible. And you know, from the fallout, you're gonna take one hair, you're gonna put it in a cup of water. It can be room temperature, that's how I did it. It was room temperature water. And you're gonna put the hair inside of the one strand of hair inside of the water. Let the water sit for about 4 to 5 minutes or longer. But basically you're gonna let the hair sit inside the water. And if your hair stays above, you know, at the top of the glass, you're gonna have, chances are you have low porosity hair. If your hair sinks down to the middle, you have medium or normal porosity hair. If your hair sinks all the way to the bottom, you have high porosity hair. Now, I was saying that you should make sure that your hair is clean, because if you have any oils or butters or products on your hair is just gonna float at the top of the glass anyway, because oil and water don't mix. So I would recommend, if you're going to do the cup test, to make sure your hair is clean. And what I did was I kind of like pushed my hair down a little bit, like to make sure it was actually submerged into the water, and it literally went nowhere. Like it just was floating around. It never sank, and I had it sitting there for hours. So yeah, I have low porosity hair. But yeah, those are the 3 easy tests that you can do to determine your hair's porosity. In my next video, I will kind of go into further detail of what is low porosity hair, you know, signs that you have low porosity hair and signs that you have high porosity hair. That's gonna be my next video, but I just wanted to give you this introduction and tell you exactly what it is, what hair porosity is, and how to do these little home tests to determine what type of porosity you have. I really hope this video was helpful, and if it was, please don't hesitate to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you are notified whenever my new videos go up. Thank you so much for watching, and take care.